Hello everyone, we are Group 9 from Faculty of Medicine and Health Science, Kampung Mengkurat University. Let us introduce ourselves. My name is Farel Argha Firansyah.
My name is Muhammad Mus'ad.
My name is Muhammad Aghsa.
My name is Muhammad Fatahillah Nasution.
So, instant noodles are often surrounded by various negative assumptions and myths in society, from concern about their wax content, whether they cause appendicitis, to excessive fears about MSG and perseverance. This time, we will explicitly dissect this common misconception by examining the actual fact based on an analysis of their ingredients. After that, we will explore practical strategies for preparing and consuming instant noodles more healthy, so you can enjoy them without worry. Several negative rumors often surround instant noodles. One common claim is that instant noodles contain wax, but this is a myth. No edible grade wax is used in their production. Another widespread belief is that instant noodle can cause appendicitis, which is also untrue. Appendicitis is not caused by an instant noodle, but by infection or blockage in the appendix. Other concerns include fears about MSG and preservatives, but these additives are generally considered safe within regular limits. Overall, many of the alarming rumors about instant noodle are misconceptions, though they could still be eaten in moderation due to high sodium and low nutritional value.
Alright, so we're gonna discuss about analyzing the true cause of instant noodles. Instant noodles have become a global phenomenon cherished by students and busy workers alike for their unbeatable convenience and low cost. However, their simplicity comes at a significant nutritional expense, making them far from a healthy meal replacement. The primary health concern centers on the extremely high levels of sodium or salt present, often found concentrated in the seasoning package. Consuming this much salt regularly pushes the body past safe limits and is a major contributing factor to developing hypertension, or we know high blood pressure, and increasing the risk of cardiovascular disease. Furthermore, the noodles themselves are typically deep fried before packaging, meaning they contain large amounts of unhealthy saturated and trans fat, which are linked to elevated cholesterol levels. So next, beyond the bad fats and salt, instant noodles offer very little benefit, acting as an empty calories food. They severely lack essentials macronutrients like fiber and also quality protein, which are crucial for digestion and building muscles, and they contain almost no significant vitamins or minerals. The most suitable preservative is tertiary butyl hydroquinone, or TBHQ, a petroleum-based chemical used to prevent the fats from spoiling. Summery flavor is often boosted artificially with ingredients like we know as MSG or monosodium glutamate. Therefore, consistent reliance on instant noodles means the body is frequently exposed to these chemicals while being deprived of the core nutrition it needs, prompting doctors to issue serious warnings about their link to metabolic syndrome and long-term illness. Thank you.
Hello. Here has ever eaten or even regularly eats instant noodles? Yes, almost of all of us. This food is practical, affordable, and delicious. But behind its tastiness, there are nutritional facts we need to be aware of. Let's briefly break down its contents. The noodles are primarily refined carbohydrates, low in fiber. The seasoning powder is the hub of sodium, potentially fulfilling up to 75% of our daily salt needs in just one serving. The seasoning oil, especially in fried noodles, is high in saturated fat. What are the risks of overconsumption? First, blood pressures can spike due to the heavy sodium load on the heart and kidneys. Second, the risks of obesity and metabolic syndrome from the combination of high calories, fat, and lack of filling nutrients. Third, in the long term, a diet reliant on instant noodles can lead to malnutrition and increase the risk of serious disease.
After hearing the scientific analysis regarding the content and risk of the instant noodle, a question might arise. Do we have to avoid instant noodle completely? Well, the answer is no, not completely. As a medical student, we must think contextually and practically. It cannot be denied that instant noodles are an affordable, convenient, and popular food. So, rather than prohibiting them, it is better to educate people on how to consume them more healthy. This time, we will share evidence-based strategy to modify instant noodle into a more nutritious and lower risk dish. Part 1. Basic preparation modification. First, let's focus on basic modification. These initial steps are the most crucial because they focus on reducing the potential risk from the components that are already present in the instant noodle. Our two main targets are excess sodium and processing technique that we can optimize. The first tip is to control sodium or salt. One packet of instant noodle can contain 1,500 to 2,500 mg of sodium, roughly 60 to 100% of the WHO daily recommendation in a single meal. So, the first step is we need to use a maximum of half a seasoning packet. The rest can be replaced with a natural seasoning such as fried garlic, pepper, low sodium soy sauce, or homemade broth. And then, do not drain all the broth. About 70 to 80% of the sodium is in the broth. Tips number 2 is to optimize cooking technique. Besides controlling the seasoning, the way we cook the noodles also has a significant impact. There's a simple technique that can reduce some less desirable component, namely the double boiling technique. Double boiling technique is a method of cooking instant noodle with two boiling process, which aims to reduce the level of saturated fat, additives, and excess starch from the noodles that have been deep fried during the production process. The steps are: first, boil the noodle in the first pot of water until half cooked. Second step, discard the first boiling water, then boil again with fresh water, or directly add the seasoning and other ingredients. This reduces up to 30% saturated fat and more some water-soluble additive. The first boiling water contains a high amount of starch from the wheat flour that has been pre-cooked with oil. Discarding this water reduces the glycemic load and fat residue.
Second tip, nutritional fortification. Modifying the seasoning and cooking technique alone is not enough. Now we move to a more proactive part, nutritional fortification. If previously we focus on reducing the bad, now we focus adding the good. Instant noodles are low in protein, fiber, vitamins, and minerals. This is where we need to build their nutritional value from the outside with an appropriate strategy. First step, add quality protein. Protein slows down carbohydrate digestion, lower the glycemic index, provides a longer feeling of fullness, and supports immune function. Either source can include eggs, minced chicken or meat, tofu and tempeh, or even combination of all. Aim for a minimum of 20 to 30 grams of protein per serving, equivalent to 1 egg plus 2 pieces of tofu. Second step, add fiber and vitamins from vegetables. After protein, the most crucial component to add is fiber. This is what is the most often overlooked when people serve instant noodles. Critical function of fiber. 1. Forms a gel matrix in the intestine, slowing the absorption of glucose and fat. 2. Binds some excess sodium and fat, reducing their absorption. Best choice are vegetables, such as mustard greens and broccoli, or those rich in antioxidants like carrots and bell peppers. Vegetables can be added at the end of boiling to prevent vitamin loss. Part 3. Consumption patterns and vulnerable groups. Now, there is an aspect that is often forgotten. No matter how healthy the modifications are, instant noodles are still not good to eat every day. Recommended frequency are maximum 1 to 2 times per week for healthy individuals. Avoid using them as a meal replacement, especially for children in their growth period. Besides frequency, we must recognize groups that require special attention. As future doctors, this is an important part of responsible education. The groups that need more precautions are 1. Patients with hypertension or heart failure that need use natural seasoning. 2. Chronic kidney disease patients that need low sodium version if strongly desired. 3. Stomach disorder patients or GERD. These patients consume only when the stomach is not empty and need add plenty of vegetables. And lastly, diabetes mellitus patients that need priorities adding fiber and protein.
Many public concerns about instant noodles are actually myths. The real risks stem from their high sodium, low nutritional value, and saturated fat content. By reducing seasoning, adding vegetables and protein, and limiting the frequency of consumption, we can still enjoy instant noodles more safely and healthily. Instant noodles are not poison, but they are not a nutritious food either. Treat them as a blank canvas you need to paint with nutritious ingredients. Be the chef of your own health.